Hello, I'm Ari. This is Shamelessly Creative, and today for you, I have a comparison video. Today, we're going to compare the two top art subscription boxes. At least they're the top two in my mind for what they offer and what's included. I've done a lot of research on these boxes and tried to figure out which one were the best two to subscribe to. That said, I also did subscribe for a month to some of the other boxes available on the market. Next month, I'll have a larger comparison, but for now, let's get into this month's comparison. So I'll be comparing the November 2019 Scrawlrbox that I received on December 1st and the December 2019 Paletteful Packs subscription box. I have a 3-month subscription to both these boxes to give them a test run, and I want to share my findings with you. So let's start. The top things I'd like you to consider when choosing an art subscription box is 1, quality of the items included. Are they student grade? Are they artist grade? Does that even matter to you? Do you want top brand name supplies to try out, or do you want a mixture? So think about that as you watch this video. Number 2, does it provide a full color set of the main item or just 1 or 2? Some subscription boxes provide a full set of primaries or a full set of markers. Maybe they might not be the primary colors, but you'll get a set of markers to work with that month for your artwork. Some boxes provide just 1 or 2, so you might just get 1 marker to try or 2 markers to try, but then you have a very limited palette. If you like that and it's just you that's using the box, that might be fine. Keep that in mind. Number 3, are you buying for yourself as a gift for someone else, or do you want this as an activity box for a date night or a family? Keep that in mind too. If you're buying it for an activity, you want there to be a full set of supplies. You don't want just 1 or 2 items. You want to be able to share. You might have to have some extra brushes or paper on hand, but you want to have a full set so you don't have to fight over the 1 marker that was included. And if you think about these as an activity box, think about going to a movie and pizza night is going to cost roughly the same as one of these boxes, and you can have more than one experience with these boxes. Number 4 is to think carefully if you'll actually use and like similar supplies. I recommend going on all the sites, but you may have to go on YouTube to find out what their past boxes included. But most art subscription boxes have a YouTube channel and offer YouTube videos of their supplies. If not, there's a lot of artists online, like myself, that do reviews. You want to really think carefully. Will you use and like those supplies? Look at maybe at least 3 months worth of boxes, and how many of those supplies in those boxes would you actually use on a regular basis, or enough of a basis for you to feel comfortable with? That's how I'm now looking at it. When I do my January video, I will be sharing some more tips and tricks on picking out your art subscription box. Number 5 is price. It does boil down to what you can afford, and I think there's a good selection at any price point. These, I believe, are the best at their price points if you like the items that will arrive in the different boxes. So let's get into our comparison. So we'll be comparing the November Scrawlrbox 2019. This box comes a month later, so on the 1st of December, I received the November box. The 1st of January, I'll receive the December box. The Scrawlrbox is based out of the UK and costs £15 or roughly $20 US. And you have to also pay $5 shipping. So around $25 to $26 with shipping for the Scrawlrbox to the United States. Otherwise, it's £15 in the UK, and I think they get free shipping. So a little bit more for this box. with shipping included to the United States, but still a pretty good value. The Paletteful Packs is $35.95 a month and is also a subscription box. I don't believe I pay shipping on this. I will put a note up on the video once I know, but I think I get free shipping. It's the $35.95 a month. Both boxes have different subscription levels, so you can buy 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And of course, with the 6 and 12 months subscriptions, you're going to save money. I just did a 3-month subscription of both boxes to try them out and see if I was interested in getting more. These are both my second boxes. I have other videos if you want to go watch those on October and November, October Scrawlrbox and November Paletteful Packs. I also have the video up already of the Scrawlrbox, and I have a video, a coffee hour with Ari, with the portrait painting. I swatched those out in the unboxing videos. Both of these boxes will have swatching and demonstrations of use of the materials. Both, however, don't have the creative artwork. I just wanted to show you what is possible with each box rather than necessarily showing you, a half hour to an hour of my art on top of it. Because either you're going to go get these supplies if you want to do an art box unbox, or you get the subscription and you want to try it out yourself. So either way, I hope you can make use of this video and the videos I do on the swatching of the materials and different ways to use them. So back to these boxes. What do I think? The November Scrawlrbox was a gouache paint set. It's the Daler-Rowney Aquafine Gouache, and each of the Aquafine Gouache retail for £3 each, maybe a little bit more than that. We had the Van Gogh paintbrush, travel paintbrush. I didn't like this at all. It was just not very user-friendly. Every time I dipped it in the water, the tip fell off. The brush itself, if it would stay together, I don't know, maybe I'll super glue it or something. It should just have a twist lock system on it or threading or something. It's sad because the brush itself is a really nice brush, and it also had a tip for scratching in your paintings. So nice brush, just bad design for this, and it's really wobbly. Brush was the fail on this box for me, but the paints were great. Let me show you. The gouache is a good size. It's not like just a small sample, it's a full-size paint. It's 15 milliliter. They provided us the ivory black, the cobalt blue hue, the alizarin crimson hue, cadmium yellow deep hue, portrait pink, and titanium white. Of course, I've used these already to do my portrait and swatching. That's a lot of paint. You get a full set of primaries so you can make your secondaries, your skin tones, etc. And they also included a portrait pink because the prompt for the month was face of emotion, and not everyone knows how to make skin tones from primaries. In my unboxing, I have a swatching video showing you how to make some skin tones. We also received a Coom eraser. We had our sweet treat for the month. Each month you get a sticker. I really like this one. It's some of my favorite colors, so that's fun. You get a featured artist artwork every month, and the back has their information. This is Rizzo Chan at Rizzo Chan on Instagram if you want to check out her artwork. That's really nice. That's a feature of Scrawlrbox I really like, is You have the inspirational art, and you get to know more artists and what they're up to. So that's a lot of fun, and it's one of my favorite parts of the Scrawlrbox. So the paints would be about $25 worth of paints in the US. The brush was about $2. The eraser, about $1. Also included in the box was the Lyra Robinson 3B pencil in the red, white, and blue. I knew there was one other thing I was missing in the box. That has a retail price of 30, maybe 60 cents. So maybe a $26 to $27 box, US dollars, by the time you add everything up. Oh, it came with this Bockingford CP watercolor paper, 220 GSM. As you can see, it's highly warpable. It's not a very thick paper. Their papers are kind of hit or miss, though it was really nice to paint on, except for the fact that it really warps. Nice paper to work on, just not thick enough to keep it from warping. So that's the Scrawlrbox. So even though in the United States the price ends up being close to what you're paying for it for all the supplies, sometimes it's a little higher, like $30 for the supplies. Definitely a better deal in the UK than it is here in the United States. However, I guess I justify it that I get the artwork, I get the paper. I don't have to think about a surprise for myself. It just comes in the mail. It's already prepared. The nice thing about Scrawlrbox is they seem to send you everything you need to create the art piece that month. The supplies should work together, not that they always do, but you get a full supply of paints. You're not just getting one paint to try or two paints to try. You're getting a travel set, or in this case, a whole set of gouache to make a range of colors. I know some of the other art subscriptions, you only may get 2 colors. That's, to me, not enough to really explore the supplies for a month. And the price of those are right around the same cost as this box. So that's something to think about as you're looking at different boxes and what you would like to receive in your boxes. Scrawlrbox is really good for providing a full palette of whatever supply, or enough supplies that you can make a piece of art for whatever their challenge is. I really do like that about Scrawlrbox, and that other boxes miss out on. Now, the Paletteful Pack. This month we received 3 surfaces, a canvas panel, and a primed, I forgot what this word is called, but a primed panel. And what was really nice about it, I played around with the colors a little bit. I played around with them 3 or 4 times, was able to wipe these acrylics off the surface and start again. So that was really nice. These surfaces are the ampersand smooth primed artist panels. We had a 6x6 panel and a 4x4 panel, and those retail for $4.41. We also have the Art Alternatives 6x12 canvas panel, which has a retail price of $2.95 US dollars. We also received a spray bottle to add texture or wet to your paints. However, in my video on the swatching, I kind of show you what's gone wrong, that they do dry quickly. So this is more for effects than it is for re-wetting your paints. Once they dry on your palette, you're not going to be able to re-wet them. And that's just these paints. We have the Robert Simmons White Sable brush. It's a longer brush. It can be used for watercolor, oil, or acrylics. This is a number 8 flat shader. 760B is the number on it. Nice long brush. And then we have our golden fluid acrylics. I can't pronounce that, so I'm going to call it the Benzie Yellow Medium, PY154. What I like about these paints, if you can see, is that it lists the transparency, the matte, how thin it is, how thick it is it low tinting or high tinting? And it gives you a little chart right at the top of the paint. So this yellow is very transparent. When I did color swatching, see how you can see that orange under the aqua green? That will make a difference in your painting. Knowing the transparency of your paint is important. We had the titanium white PW6, and this is a more opaque paint. It's a gloss paint, high tinting. We have the quinacridone magenta PR122. Again, it's more opaque. It's a glossy paint. It's thin, high tinting. And then we have the phthalo blue green shade PB154. A little bit more opaque, high gloss, high tinting, and thin. So these are 1 ounce bottles or 30 milliliters of the golden fluid acrylics. The golden fluid acrylics have an acrylic polymer that they're mixed with, and it makes them sort of a flexible paint. So they're less likely to crack. There's many, many colors. Here it says the Hansa yellow opaque. In my box, I got a very transparent yellow. But if I didn't want that transparency and to be able to see through the paint, then I want to go pick a yellow that is more opaque, like my other paint. That's something to keep in mind if you just want to go buy these paints, is make sure that you're buying, I mean, it depends on what you're making, but for me, I guess with acrylics, I'm used to using opaque acrylics. So the transparency thing has me a little stumped. I haven't done my artwork. You know, I played around on one of the panels, but I haven't done my prompt for the month. And as you can see, several of the colors, the yellow shows through green on the teal. The orange, you can see, and the brown is underneath the orange here. In a painting, if I was doing a layered portrait, let's say, that's going to make a difference in how the paint layers up and the colors achieved. That's something to keep in mind if you're buying these separately. If you're getting them in the kit, you know, you're kind of just stuck with what they give you. But I'm really happy with these paints. I think I'm having a lot of fun. There's things I didn't realize they did. Like you spray water on here with your water bottle that was included, and the paint kind of flows and follows the water. It kind of expands out, and if you add a little bit more paint where it expanded out, it expands that color into the other. I was having a lot of fun with that. With the swatching video, I was able to achieve many colors. The texture is just glossy and smooth. It's just the softest paint. I'm not a big acrylic fan, but I fell in love with these acrylics. I really like them. So I'm going to really use up what I have, and I'm considering that if I really like them while painting, that I will pick up some more. I did check Dick Blick, and these paints range from $5 to $7 for the 1 ounce paints on their site. Just know you are getting, on Dick Blick, about $20 for this. A little lower than the retail price that was mentioned. The retail price of these for this box is $32.06, and I don't think I mentioned that. The brush is $10.25. So right there you're at $42.31 just for the paintbrush and the paints. So that's already the value of the box at $35.95. You've already surpassed that. Plus you have the 3 surfaces to try this medium over and over and over again, and you have the spray bottle. So it doesn't appear to be a lot, but you have enough to create several pieces of art with the box and fully explore the box over the month. And it was really fun to play with. Here's the paint on paper, just kind of blopping it down and kind of moving the paper to see if I could get the same effects that I was getting on the board on paper, and I did. They lightened a bit more with more water added than they did on the board, but it was still a nice, interesting experiment. Which box is better? I'm going to say like with the Paletteful Packs, the $35.95, so it's higher priced than the Scrawlrbox. But the Scrawlrbox, you usually only get 1 or 2 pieces of paper. Once in a while you get a little notebook or sketchbook included. So that's something to note, that here, you know, you're paying a little bit more, about $10 more, but you're getting surfaces to experiment with the media. If you just got this box every month, think about it this way, is you have 3 chances during the month to really explore the medium offered that month. Compared to this, you're going to have other supplies on hand, and you may or may not if you're just starting out your artist journey. That's one difference between the boxes. However, both sets provided a full range of paints in each of their brands to create a rainbow of colors. I guess I didn't show you that. So here's the gouache swatching I did. So same thing, I did a rainbow of colors. I swatched out different skin tones, and all of these can be lightened up with the white and more skin tones. This shows you that even though you're given just a few colors, you're able to achieve many colors with having those primary sets. Both boxes offered you those primary sets, so you can make your skin tones and you can make your secondary colors. In comparison, this month, these are really a close tie. Last month we were comparing markers to oil paints. Markers I liked, oil paints I didn't. But this comparison is gouache to acrylic, a little bit closer. I would say I'm a watercolor artist by nature, so gouache is a little bit closer to watercolor, and I'm more comfortable with it. I've used acrylics. I have some acrylic supplies on hand. There's places in my artwork where I do use acrylics, but very rarely. At first I wasn't excited about this box. I was like, oh, acrylics, whatever. However, once I started playing with these acrylics, these fluid acrylics by Golden, I was sold. I would have never gone out and purchased these. Why would you spend $5 on a bottle of acrylic paint when you can go to Walmart and get it for $1.25? At Michael's or Joann's, they're about $2 to $3. You can get them a little cheaper on sale. I found out why. But these Golden paints, the texture is silky and smooth. Like I said, I don't think I would have gone out and bought gouache or acrylic paints. So having this monthly subscription helped me step out of my comfort zone and try mediums I wouldn't have been in any hurry to try. I'm not sure I'm really sold on this brand of gouache. I really look forward to trying another brand because it was a little weird. So I don't know if it's a lower grade gouache or not, but it was my very first attempt at gouache, and I did okay. That's my favorite part of these subscription boxes. Whether you like this one or like this one for the artwork you like to do or someone you know likes to do, it gets an artist outside their comfort zone and experimenting and trying things and attempting little challenges that both boxes offer. So who would these be good for? For sure the beginning artist, when you don't know what art supplies you even like. If you don't know if you like watercolor or gouache or acrylics or markers, these are definitely a place to begin, because each month you're going to have a month to try out a supply and see if it's something you like, and you're only out that month's box cost to experiment. And then you know whether you want to further invest in it or pass it on to someone else. Libraries may be interested in your extra supplies. If you didn't like the supplies that month, offer them to your public library. They may or may not want to take them, but maybe they'll have another idea of where you could leave these if you didn't like the supplies. I believe in not just hoarding them because you have them. If you're not going to use them and you don't like them, pass them on to somebody. Offer them to somebody to try. Somebody else may, let's say you got a box of colored pencils. Maybe colored pencils aren't your thing. Somebody else may just love colored pencils. So ponder that with these boxes too, is not just hang on to the supplies because you bought the box, but pass them along if it's something you really don't like. Who else would benefit from these boxes? I think these boxes would make a great family activity. So once a month, you can sit down with your kids or whatever your family makeup is. Maybe there's 3 or 4 people in your household. Whatever family means to you and whatever that looks like, this would be a fun activity. You may need more brushes for these paint sets. You have a subscription, you're going to get more and more brushes. So that probably eventually won't be a problem. But to begin with, it may be a problem and you might have to go buy some cheaper brushes, maybe a couple extra surfaces, especially with Scrawlrbox. But think about it. Once a month, everybody can sit down at the table and try out these supplies and see, you may have a budding artist. You may find something you really like in this kit. These would be a fun date night idea if you're both into art. And maybe even if you're not, it may be cheaper than going to art and wine night. If you want to stay in date idea, this would be a great idea for that as well. So to me, these boxes are pretty similar. They're both a pretty good value. I definitely like the paints provided in Paletteful Packs. So far, the 2 boxes I have had are top tier paints. Daler-Rowney, I'm not very familiar with. I know they have a student grade and an artist grade. I'm not sure what these gouache paints are, if they're the artist grade or the student grade. From watching other people's videos on this, a lot of people that are gouache artists weren't really happy with them. They were more watercolory than gouache. So that's something to keep in mind too, is the quality of art supplies. So even if you don't look at these 2 boxes, but you're thinking about a subscription box, things to keep in mind. What is the quality of the materials they're providing you? Is it some companies have a basic box and advanced box, but the advanced box, you're going to pay a higher price, but you may get better materials. In their smaller boxes, you might get similar materials, not as many of them, or not as high quality. So they may offer you this let's say the exact same paint each month, but they may substitute a cheaper brush or a cheaper paper, or just give you one surface. When you're researching for gift giving or for yourself, make sure you check that out. What is the difference between their basic box, their more advanced box? Paletteful Packs has 3 levels. They have their art box for students, so kind of a younger focused box. They have their petite box, which is a miniature of this, which I think you do get like one or two surfaces and less paints, a different brush, etc. I'm not sure what this month is offering in the petite pack, but this is the premier pack. So the petite pack would probably be closer in price to this, and so that would be a more fair comparison. But I think at $10 less, the Scrawlrbox is a nice competition against the little bit more expensive Paletteful Pack. In my mind, these are the top 2 boxes so far. I haven't fully experienced Sketchbox or Art Snack. I just had my first Art Snacks delivery, and there's a video on that and my thoughts on that one. I also have some other Art Snacks. I purchased some previous boxes, so I'm a little bit experienced on the Art Snacks, and I will have some Sketchbox videos coming up. So if you want to do some further research, please watch my other videos. They'll provide you information and thoughts on those other boxes. Right now, these 2 are my favorites. They provide me with enough supplies to really experience gouache and acrylic this month, and a liquid acrylic that I would have never purchased, and a gouache I would have never purchased. And I became familiar with both these mediums this month, and to me that's a good value, is to have an experience I wouldn't have normally had and try supplies I normally wouldn't have tried. It doesn't matter to me, really, if I like them or not. Most of my videos, you'll be able to tell if I like something or not, because I don't think my voice hides my like or dislike of something very well. So that's something to keep in mind when you're watching my videos. You'll definitely know when I love something, and you'll definitely know when I don't like it. I always do try to find something I like about everything I use, or at least something in each box that I think was of value and what I liked, what supplies I really liked in each box. because I can't help but talk about it because they're just like, these paints were so smooth and wonderful. Just like the brush in this one, you're gonna hear about it because I just can't keep quiet about those things. All in all, if I were to get this as a gift or this as a gift, I would be, as an artist, I'd be more than happy with either of these boxes. I want to tell you that there's a leader, but there really isn't. Right now, I think the only difference I can see between these two boxes and making a decision over one over the other is, from what I've seen and what I've received so far with the Paletteful Packs, they're more painterly based. Their logo is a palette and a brush. They're called Paletteful Packs. So what are you gonna put on your palette is paints. I did order a previous box or a past box from them, and it had graphics aqua pens. But again, that's still a watercolor based pen. They had Posca pen boxes and the aqua ink graphics colors. They have watercolors. They have the M-gram oil colors. So again, they're very painterly based. So if your artist is not so painterly based, or you aren't, this box probably isn't going to be for you. So keep that in mind. This one goes from marker. So last month we had Copic markers in this box and some fine liners. This month we have gouache. Another month has colored pencils, colored pens. So this is more of an explorer box where you're going to get different mediums to try. I mean, both of them you get different mediums. However, this is going to be geared more towards painting. The Scrawlrbox more towards trying different mediums. So watercolor markers and alcohol markers and pencils, watercolors, gouache, etc. When you're looking for subscriptions, keep that in mind. Is each box may be geared towards different artists. There's crafter art boxes. So if you're a crafter, you may want to look further into that. I'm not a crafter per se, so I don't know what's out there for crafting boxes. But I do want to say Paletteful Packs they had M-gram paints last month. This month they have the golden. They're more, at least in the Premier box, they are artist grade materials and higher quality brushes. So those are your comparisons, and I hope this video was helpful. So if you're wanting to pick up one of these for a gift for someone for the holidays or a birthday, that this video was informative and helped you make that decision, at least between these boxes, if they've been on your mind as a box you may want to pick up for yourself or someone else. And again, I am sharing a comparison video of November Scrawlrbox 2019 with the gouache set by Daler-Rowney and the December 2019 Premier Pack Golden Fluid Acrylic Pack. So I wish I could give you an exact opinion of which box I would go with if I had to choose one, but it's still neck and neck. We'll see. I have one more box of each of these subscriptions coming in January. I could do another comparison, or you can just watch those videos and I will tell you what I think of each unboxing and which one I plan to stay subscribed to and which one I may let go of. Look for that. I may also be doing a video next month on comparing the top 5 art boxes, but it will be Scrawlrbox, Paletteful Packs, Sketchbox, Upcrate, and Art Snacks. I think it would be great to do a comparison video on all of those for you. Right now, those are the kind of the top 5 art boxes out there that I know of. If you have another box that I'm not mentioning, please put a comment below so I can check it out and maybe I can feature it here on the channel. So look for those videos because I will at least do videos of each box so you can just see it firsthand and make a more educated decision for yourself or for someone you care about. All right, I'm Ari. This is Shamelessly Creative. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Now go out there and get creative. Bye.